Take your time, Hope, take your time.
Okay, we're with Idaho head coach Idaho-Newlee. Coach, can you just start out with your thoughts overall on the upcoming season?
I'm very excited to start this year, especially the way last year ended. I thought, we're playing our best basketball in March, and obviously winning the WAC tournament, going to the NCAAs was great for our program. And there's a level of excitement with all the returners coming back. We only lost one contributor really, and all 5 starters are back. So there's been a lot of excitement around campus when we started. A lot of excitement in the gym, meshing the new with the old, and I really like where we're at this early, even in our practices. It's been great. So hopefully good things continue.
Questions?
Coach Matthew Biamonte, UVU Broadcasting. I imagine with all the returning experience and success you had last year, there's some high expectations. What are some goals you've set for your program this season?
Certainly winning the regular season title is our huge goal for us. And of course the WAC tournament title. So getting to the NCAA tournament, it's always our goal, wherever I've been, is to get to that NCAA tournament and do what that takes. And I think those are our expectations. I'd like to have a better record in the preseason stuff going into the league. I think would be great. But I also schedule pretty hard in anticipation of getting in conference play. So I kind of got to temper some of the preseason stuff, I think, and just have us ready come January for when conference rolls around.
The WAC looks a little different this year. What do you think the new teams are going to bring to the conference?
Man, I don't know. Like I honestly, I don't know much about them. I've known Kathy for a number of years when I was down at Idaho State, so I know how her teams will play. I think style-wise, she does a fantastic job. Larry Tidwell at UT Pan Am. Back when I was at SMU, he was at TCU and at Baylor as we were assistants together in the old Southwest Conference, and as the WAC kept going. So I've known Larry a long time. Everybody else, besides Seattle, of course, I know they're going to be great. New Mexico State is obviously well coached by Mark, and they're going to be great. But some of the other schools, man, I don't know. It's going to have to wait and see and get the film and kind of see where we're at.
Coach Kyle Bruder from UVU Broadcasting as well. Last year, your team finished 10th in the entire country in three-point shooting. Can we expect the same thing this year, or do you think it's going to change up a little bit?
Well, what I would expect is being the top 5 in three-point shooting. That's what I'm hoping. Kids are a little older. They're confident shooters. I think we recruited a couple other shooters, so that will still be our style. I love the 3 and we like to let it fly. So hopefully we'll make a few more.
And Coach, based on what you've seen so far in practice, in anticipation of the season starting, are there any players that you didn't expect to play a larger role that you think will be?
I do. I think a couple of our freshmen that are going to be in. Brooke Riley's from Spokane, and I think she's really going to be able to step in at the 4 spot and be able to create mismatches and shoot the ball. She's an excellent three-point shooter. She's long. She can really run. I like what she's been doing in practice. And Carly Wilson, our point guard, our backup point guard freshman from Lewiston, Idaho, even though she's only about 5'2", she really she won a couple state titles in Idaho, and she's a winner, man. She's been working hard in practice, been real vocal, and making real good decisions with the basketball. So I think those 2 freshmen in particular should step up and make an impact for us.
You were picked second in both polls. Is that something you welcome?
Well, Hope, you know how I feel about the polls. Both ways, man. I say the same whether we get picked, at the bottom of a conference or the top, I think, because I've been in both spots. And I think the preseason polls are great. They're great for the media, and it's great for the fans and everybody to get excited about. But, the bottom line is it's just a poll. It's just what people are saying and based off of what you really did the year before. And this is a whole new year, and I'll be telling my guys when I get back to campus, this is where we got picked and all. But just like I told you last year when we were picked low, our expectations are the same whether we're picked high or low. So it's nice. Like I said, it's great for the fans and everybody, but for us, we got to go out and prove it on the court.
You're returning all 5 starters from last year, including your preseason all WAC honorees, Alyssa Charleston and Stacy Barr. Can you just talk about having what having those veteran players means for your expectations?
It's great. It's great and it's bad for Alyssa to be a senior. I'm really going to miss her already. Going to tear up a little bit just thinking about her leaving. She's meant so much to our program, and she's been a leader since her sophomore year. And she's someone that our team has always looked to lead on the floor and off the floor. And she brings a huge presence both places for us. Stacy Barr has really stepped up in that role. She's become much more vocal this year coming back. She stayed this summer and worked out, and I thought it came in the best shape of her life when we started out on the floor and everybody got back. And she's been a huge leader. So it's great to have two of your upperclassmen really be two of your top players and your leaders. I think when you have that combination, good things happen.
Can you just talk a little bit about Allie Ford being a two-sport athlete, playing volleyball right now, and then will join your team after the volleyball season ends? A lot of coaches are, have differing views on that, what that does to the team makeup, bringing a player in the middle of the season.
Well, I think with Allie, she had so much success for us last year as a freshman and started for us and had a good year. I think that helps the transition when she comes back out to basketball because she's been practicing with us and volleyball. So she's been practicing both. Oh, yeah, she's one tired girl at the end of the day, let me tell you. So, she will be playing games with us at the same time the volleyball season's going on. We'll be flying her up to the tournament after she gets done playing down here in Phoenix, I think, and then she's flying up to play in the Reno tournament with us. I think our GU game she'll be playing with us instead of playing the volleyball game. So myself and Debbie Buchanan sat down and kind of mapped out the plan for Allie now that she was eligible to play instead of redshirting. Last year was easy. She redshirted volleyball. October 15th, she just came out to basketball, and it was off she went. This is a different challenge for her and for us to keep her hours down, to keep her fresh for both programs. And so far she's handling it, but it's a grind. It's a grind, and a lot will depend on how Allie handles all this.
Any other questions?
One more, then we'll stop bothering you. But
We're good.
What was the NCAA tournament like? You got to play UConn. They're obviously probably the most notorious women's program in the country. But what was that like for your program and for your players?
They were pretty good. They weren't bad. Going out there was a great experience, though. And they rolled us, but they rolled everybody. They had that kind of talent out there, and seeing it up close and personal. I had certainly seen some of their players play in the summertime, but our players, had knew Mosquito Lewis from Southern California, my two Orange County kids. But other than that, it was whoa. It was eye-opening for all of them to get out to UConn and play in stores and see everybody around, and Gino, strutting around, and so it was a big experience for us, but a great one. The score certainly was not anywhere near what we would want it to be, but I think the experience of going out and playing that caliber of team and being on national TV and taking your private jet, your charter jet out there, and all the rewards we got for winning the WAC, they saw what they were, and it makes them hungrier this year to go back and do it again. So everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say it, but I thought it was a great experience getting back there, and great, especially because our players were so young, and they can learn from it and build on it.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.